If you've ever looked at a bucket list trip like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and you've said to yourself, I would love to do that, but I am not fit, then today's video is for you. First, can I be honest? We all have doubts about our physical abilities. I think that's just normal. Even when I was an elite athlete training at a very high level, I still doubted my own abilities. And certainly now, as a 46-year-old woman who's had breast cancer, I still doubt myself and my physical abilities on a regular basis. But here's the truth. Fitness doesn't have to be this giant barrier or this giant obstacle to be overcome. And every single trip that I've led, we've had women at very, very different fitness levels. We've had women that spend months and months and months training at a very intense level before they have gone on a big bucket list trip with me. And I've also had women who just have fitness as part of their everyday routine and haven't really increased that in order to prepare for a big adventure. And I've had women who've shown up who haven't had a lot of fitness training experience. I will say that the women who show up who are fit and trained tend to have a better time because they can recover better and they're just feeling better in general. But I never want fitness to be a barrier or something that stops someone from joining me for a bucket list trip. The thing that really matters the most is just making fitness part of your everyday lifestyle. Can you wake up a half an hour early and do some strength training? Can you go on a walk every night after you eat dinner? How can you just make these little things become habit so it's not so overwhelming and stressful as the thought of starting a training program? How can you do those little things to just build those little healthy habits to prepare yourself for some of these bigger trips like Mount Kilimanjaro, the Tour de Mont Blanc, West Highland Way? Just like all these little habits really add up. I've told this story a million times, but when I finished chemotherapy, I was really sick all throughout chemo, just exhausted, sick, not able to eat, miserable. And I knew that I needed to get healthy and strong again. And the only way that I could think to do that was just to lace up my shoes and try to go for a walk around the block every single day. And that's what I did. Every morning I would put my shoes on and I would walk around the block. And it was a very slow walk because I was so weak from being so sick. Eventually, I started walking 2 blocks. And then I started walking a half mile. And then I started walking a mile. And then I started walking 2 miles. And then I found that I had the strength and energy to go to the yoga studio and do some yoga. And then I found myself at the gym. And then less than 2 years later, I found myself on the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. So preparation, mindset, and just getting in the habit and taking those small steps is going to result in big results. But you got to want it, because I can't hike the hike for you. I can't call you at 5:30 in the morning and tell you to wake up and go for a walk around the block. You have to choose. What kind of person are you going to be? During that period in my life, I decided I was going to be the kind of person who woke up and walk. Now I'm the kind of person who wakes up and goes to the gym and follows a structured training program, because now I see myself as an athlete who takes on these big physical athletic challenges every single year. So then the question doesn't become, am I fit enough to climb Mount Kilimanjaro? The question actually becomes, am I willing to prepare? Am I willing to do the work? Do I want this enough to put in the time and the effort to prepare my body and my mind? If the answer is yes, then you're ready, and what's stopping you?